Mm. Like yesterday, we're going to go live. Well, we're already live. We are live right now. It's happening in this precise moment. So let me make sure that you can see me properly. Get this closer, even though you are a little bit further. Let's see if we get closer here. I'll put this here so I can see the chat. To be. Okay. We've been here for quite a bit now. We've been here for a minute. But we have been writing this story that at this point it's missing some elements that make the world an interesting place. To understand the type of world that we need to build, let's find what elements we want to have, and then we add the elements that we need based on the things we want. So we're going to need, since this is going to be a short story, but we want it to be an example of what it could be in a big story. And those elements of the animals and the plants are only going to enrich the overall experience. Okay. So we have the themes, the plot, all that stuff. Now we're going to add, we need the magical animal. We need magical animal. We need food. Well, not food. What things do we find interesting when building a world? Those are the things we're going to add. But things that fantasy will always need is going to be mm, and you might be thinking, this guy is just here eating and doing his stuff. Yes, because on one side, I'm doing this, no, but I'm doing this for fun right now. I'm learning how to actually manage my information. So you are here as guinea pigs in a sense. I hope you don't take it in a bad way, but you are here present with me as guinea pigs right now because we are trying to write this story for for the for the competition. So the things we're going to need: plot, we have it. What's the pain? Some interest. So we need magical animal, interest, and pain. So these things we're going to add them to this plot because oh, not this one, to this one up here. So we need 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Because they're also going to follow their own progression. That's going to be pain is pain is the thing that we don't want them to have. In this case, it will be feelings, jealousy, because that's what the story is about. Is about all my stories are going to be based on human experience, on what I know. And my background is in biology and mental health. So everything I write is going to be very influenced by my ideas about mental health. That's why when I talk about werewolves, I talk about body dysmorphia, or I talk about a body image. When I talk about a when I talk about vampires, I talk about um, narcissistic behavior. When I talk about ghosts, I talk about distance. So they are all representations of mental things, or things that mental processes people are going through. Because that's my background. I don't expect every book to be like that, but you can expect that 99% of my stories are. I believe that every story is a love story, because the protagonist should have something that the MC should have something they love so much that they are willing to go far and beyond to get it. And that's better explained with that passionate love, or any other type of love. At the end, love stories, there are many different types, and that's what we want to see in your story. How the protagonist chases something or not, even though they love it. It doesn't have to be a person in particular or anything like that. Um, then let's see. And yeah, so the pain is going to be related to watch which. So we have pain, then we have animal, and interest. And then with this, we'll build the protagonist. The next thing we're going to do from here, this is the story we want to have. Then we'll see who's making this story happen. But we still have to add 3 more elements to this subplot. But once we have this, it's we can do this or this before. It doesn't really matter what we do, which step you take beforehand, because each step is meant to deform the previous story you had. So it makes you question from another perspective. So you have to stretch your mind with every draft. So here we have seen things happening from the point of view of the main characters of each section. But previously we have seen everything from the global point of view. So we can go from here and select what's next. So we know the succubus did this, blah blah blah, and that's on section 1. And now we need the counter. But what are the things happening in contrast against the succubus and the werewolf engaging in a magical ritual? That what's going against that? So now we have the counterpart. So we go here and Oh. Then now here, what happens? But what the succubus and the werewolf, in a magic ritual the night of the first moon in Halloween. That's what we see. But this ritual is harmful for the succubus. But what happens? That the ritual is harmful for the succubus when the werewolf engages with them. That's the overall thing happening. So then we go, who? Now we but who? But the werewolf is a powerful creature that can withstand the power of a succubus. Why? Because of the power of the full moon. And we have that part. Where is this happening? But how does the environment negatively impact the MC? What's outside that's harmful for the MC? We could think if they're under the bin, what are things in Chicago that can be a danger for a succubus and a werewolf? Let's say, but there's a festival that ends close by at a bar. Entre parentheses, it will be the club, since we needed another place, it will be the club business owned by succubus. And this now, the story is starting to build up just by itself. Where and when, and we know where and when, because this is happening when they're getting out. So that's now we move to the next one, because we know when is everything happening. When the succubus loses their power. And then we move on. Then what? Then we have here the what and why. So the succubus loses their power to be able to be with the werewolf. So, and what does this, but what's the issue? Oh, no, this one could not be a bad, no. So the succubus, merges with the werewolf. And then this is the but. But their power. No, but what happens? But the werewolf is not human, as we discover. But because of the moon. Then we'll explain this better later. Right now, we just need to have something against the plot. So there's that added drama, but it has to be relevant. Remember, everything we put has to be relevant. And don't worry about the mistakes. Now it's full of mistakes. Now this is the time for it to be full of mistakes. So don't worry about those small details. Let me see. Okay, now section 2. Right now we're just writing the things that we need and that are important. Then we'll make the story part later. Once we can mix everything and we have characters that can make these things happen in a more creative way. So right now we're just adding necessary elements. Right now, even though we're using our creative mind, we are making it in a way that it's more necessary for telling the story we want to tell. And we're aiming these for Western audiences. And I want you to know what that means. When I say that we're making things for Western audiences, it's mostly with the people that, I don't know how to say it without getting into it, so I'm not going to. The werewolf lost their strength and they're physically weak the night of the full moon in Halloween. And we understand, no, the night of Halloween. Then we'll understand why the full moon and Halloween are relevant. Right now, each thing at its time. But what? But the moon is full. The moon is full thanks to. But the moon is full, and but the moon is full, and but what? And the power comes back to them when they merge. Whatever that means. We don't know what that means yet. Because it's not about the merger, but about what they do with everything. And who does the bad? Werewolf feels different, but but the merger is unsuccessful because there's no emotion involved. Parentheses, no transfer of power. And then we say feels different. The power is not in her. No, this is MC. Oh, no. Wait, this is the third one? MC, world, MC, yes. So we were saying that the wolf feels different, but if she feels different, it has to be something normal. What does it mean? Feels the werewolf power come back, need merger. Oh, look at that. Now it's gaining sense. Why is it unsuccessful and all that? You don't know it yet because you're not in my head, and probably you weren't here yesterday. But if you're here in the previous video, you know where we are in that sense. So this is happening under the bean. But where? Where is this happening? Where? Chicago under the bean, the night of Halloween. When? Where and when? What's going on? We say that the festival that ends close by. People. But what? But people are attracted to the magical, to the power coming from the bean. When they are merging, we'll see what that means later. The werewolf is suffering. I know. This is against Halloween. No. And they've been the night of full moon. So you see, as slowly as we're writing, we're going to be changing things. The suffering. No but there. That was my mistake. Is not suffering per se. The werewolf tries to hide. Something, being shady, quote unquote. but no, he's hiding not something, it's hiding their power. But hiding their power because they don't want to be discovered as a werewolf. But the werewolf power comes back, and when the witch dies. When she attacks the witch. So this is what the werewolf, the succubus is with the witch. The werewolf attacks the witch. The witch fatally wounds the werewolf, right? But taking the power with the power of the succubus cannot control because it's not merging. Oh, that story is so much better. So let's write that down. So we start with the succubus. Yes. We see the ritual happening, and then we see how they got there. Or we see the consequences. The how, it will be later. The witch made it possible for the couple. Okay, now we introduce the witch. Where did I write that? Okay, so the world allows the strength. Okay, so let's write this. Let's do this again. Let me write it down here because that will make it easier. The first thing that happens, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have succubus as giving their power to the witch. Werewolf sacrifices her power for S. Right? Then we have the witch takes werewolf plus. Oh, here's where we talk about the witch. Witch helps W lose her power. You see, slowly the story comes up, and you can change whatever you want, whenever you want. Then We're going to be done in a second. Which helps W lose her power. And then at the end, S S trace is unable to S's shame makes him unable to get their power back. Oh, S loses. It's a short story, so it has to be or quick paced or just a slice of something. It's unable to get their power back. So now we start. So what does S do? Because if not, we can change, we can always change who's the main character. Now what does S do from the other side? What do they learn? That S learns that W is a werewolf. Right? So now what does W do? Or W, oh no, this is yes. W so what does W do? Because this is W, this is witch, and this is S. W W gets their power back by no, what do we master? If we learn that they're a werewolf, W gets their power back thanks to the weapon, or thanks to the weapon, and says that that's what he needs, which uses S power to take W power, and S and W become one without power, real vulnerability. I think I'm not a really good dark romance writer because I like when my stories have a lesson at the end. So I like fables. And that's why I like Latino writers in general and Hispanic writers in general as well. Also Portuguese writers, that they always have, or most of the time they have, a lesson at the end. And now with the story written like this, I think I have a better idea of the type of story I have. And I think it's much better than the one we had before. We're still going to keep everything because it's part of the process. But now we can write this thing down. We need a 9 here and at least 5 here like this. We're going to name each part as it needs. This would be MC world MC world MC, and then here we say MC world MC. So now that we have this, we know that the MC here is the first action that the MC does is, let's say, Succubus gives his power to the witch. We'll say what this means later. The world, which, oh, let's see, here we can, this is going to be helpful to have like before. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do this. Merge, 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 and we'll do how is this? We said it was, oh, I have it up here. Sometimes I need to re-see it. MC. Okay. Let's do that. MC world MC. Then we have, we merge these two, we merge these two, we merge these ones, MC world MC. Then here we say this is yeah, I think that's it. It's only 3, right? We are here together. Let's see. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Now this I did like that. Okay. And now to not confuse myself, I'll write who's who in this story. So here I write Succubus, well, no, I don't need that. I don't need that. These things will decide later how we'll do them, but I think this is where it sits. And now we're making it easier to read. This is for us. So this is okay. Succubus gives his power to the witch. So if we talk about that here, worlds MC, it would be, the next one would be witch, no, that's, okay, this is 1. I need the numbers that I do. 1, that up. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, so Sukubugi is power to the witch. Werewolf. So this is plus, minus, plus, minus, plus, plus, minus, plus. So werewolf attacks witch. Oh, it's down here. Let's come here. Werewolf attacks witch. And we say what, when, who, so now we do this, and he'll say what, when. Who, why. And then here we say when, where, when. And then here we say what, why. Everything is going to keep moving the plot constantly. Then we have this one is now 5, and we go back to what, when, who, why, where, when. And then we'll go with what slash why. And now we start putting things in here as we what and when from the part of them. See the succubus. Here we talk about this is the object of desire. This is the werewolf because it's a love story. Here the MC is the succubus. Who's the world's world? This is the Chicago. Well, the world's world. This is Chicago Halloween. Who's the MC's world? The witch. Who's the world's world MC? Here again. Here it will be the witch. Who's the world's world? Who's the world's world? Here. Chicago Halloween. Who's the MC's world? The werewolf. And here, the succubus. But here is this is the most important one. This is the big one. This is on a smaller scale. So maybe I should add one, and I don't know if I'll move it because this is succubus. Of succubus. Then this one is werewolf. And this is it. This would be witch. Witch. Then it would be succubus. Then it would be succubus. Witch. No. Succubus. No. I think the one I had before was the right one for what I'm trying to do. So okay, delete that row. Werewolf attacks witch. Succubus saves a werewolf. Oh well, we don't know what that means yet, so let me just not invent things yet. Then we see that the werewolf sacrifices her power for S, and this is not bad. This is something bad that werewolf sacrifices herself for saving herself to save succubus. Okay, goodbye everyone, see you tomorrow. It was awesome. I need to leave. Let's see, this is trying to stop.